afternoon, I'm Teresa LaBarbera, and you are watching Connecticut Style. Coming up, are you living your best life? Positive living expert Diane Lang shares important steps for creating balance and finding happiness. Plus, the quality of the air in your home can dramatically affect your health. Today, we'll meet an expert from Steamatic and talk about the importance of air duct cleaning. And I'm here in the kitchen with culinary nutritionist and wellness coach Melissa Costello. Nice to have you here, Melissa.
Happy to be here.
So you're going to just had a eat clean with a plant-based diet.
Yes, today I'm making a vegan chickpea tuna that has no fish in it.
Is it good?
Really good.
All right, well, let's get going, Melissa. Let's go right into camera 2. Tell everyone at home what they need to do.
Sit back and relax. You're having lunch with style.
If these legs could talk, they'd say, "You're not just a mother, you're an airplane, a space shuttle, a vehicle of her limitless imagination." But like any good vehicle, everything needs to run smoothly, especially your legs.
Varicose and spider veins can be uncomfortable and get between you and those you love. Plus, they get worse if untreated. So call Vein Clinics of America or visit veinclinics.com.
Listen to your legs. There's a lot riding on them.
At a magnet school, there's a lot of unique opportunities so students can kind of focus in on different skills.
I think the magnet schools really help students find a passion for learning.
Their interesting passions can be integrated into high school experience is essential for their success.
Students are really showing their learning in ways that just, bring tears to your eyes because they're so successful.
When they graduate as seniors, they'll be ready to go to four-year colleges.
Be amazed. 200,000 prizes from $20,000 to $25,000 each, and top prizes of $500,000. Connecticut Lottery Gold. Did you play today?
If watery eyes, sneezing, and stuffy noses are common where you work or live, it could be a sign of dust, pollen, or even mold collecting in your ducts and circulating in your home. Vincent Baricelli is an industrial hygienist at Steamatic and is here to talk about the importance of cleaning the air ducts in your home or office. Vincent, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So I think we should start off, what's in your air? People probably don't realize there's a lot of junk there.
There's a lot of things that are in there, from house being built, new construction dust, when their floors are resanded. There's that type of waste in there, as well as human dander and dog dander.
Really?
Yes.
So smoke probably makes a difference. Pets, you said?
Yes, pets. Even the air outside. There's a lot of things that come in from the outside that get trapped in your system, and it's a vicious cycle. They never get out without being cleaned properly.
So what are some of the signs we need to call you guys and have our ducts cleaned?
It's the watery eyes, the sneezing.
That's what does it, right?
That's a big part of it, and just seeing that they're very dirty, looking inside yourself, you can tell.
All right, let's put up some pictures and you can explain to me exactly what we're looking at here.
That's
not clean, is it?
That is not clean at all. That is a return duct that brings in air to be reconditioned.
All right, so if you're seeing that, it's probably best to give you guys a call.
Call a professional.
All right, we have another picture here.
That's inside that same vent. Again, that's just a normal buildup. That was about a 20-year-old house.
Okay.
And that's a nice picture because it shows that there's a clean part. The bottom's been clean and the side has not been cleaned yet. So that's a bit of a before and after.
Got it. All right, let's talk a little bit about the cleaning process. We're not just blowing air right into the ducts. That's not going to make too much of a difference.
No. One of the things that's important when you're cleaning the ducts is to be thorough. If ducts aren't cleaned thoroughly, you're almost better off not cleaning them at all.
Okay.
It's a containment process. So there's multiple vacuums that are used, and they're always HEPA filtered vacuums. And the system gets really sealed off, so the vent covers get covered with plastic, and then mechanical brushes and tools go in and actually agitate and sweep and clean out all the ductwork.
You're actually removing it?
Yes, we're removing it with multiple vacuums, and your ductwork is like veins and arteries in your body, so there's a lot of ductwork in the house that are behind walls and in ceilings and in the floors that you just can't see. So we really need to go in there, dissect it, and clean it all out.
So what are the props we have here today?
Two things I have. This is a simple thing. It's actually particulate counter. It allows us to tell the amount of particulate in the air at different microns.
Okay.
That's one thing. And this is really our best device. It's a thermal imager. It allows us to not only look for leaks from a duct system, but if they're having a problem with drips or even the system not running efficiently, it allows us to find heat loss or cooling loss. So the air that's going through the ductwork, if there's a breach in the system, it allows us to find it, and tighten up the system so there's not so that the system will run more efficiently.
Sure, that makes sense. So what kind of training goes into doing this process?
Glad you asked that. If someone's going to have their ductwork cleaned, they definitely want a NADCA certified company.
NADCA stands for?
National Air Duct Cleaning Association.
Okay.
We're a charter member. And we have certified technicians. There's a certified technician on every job. I'm certified myself. And it's critical that you have someone, again, who's going to do a thorough job. Sure. And NADCA gives us a bunch of guidelines to follow. And you can Google NADCA and find a good list of companies.
It's probably really, people don't realize what they're breathing in, especially this time of year. They're turning their heat on, they're realizing they probably could use some help, right?
Yeah, they can.
So let's talk about some odd things you might find in ductwork.
Wow. People in New Haven would appreciate this. We found beer cans. We found a Hull's beer can that I have in my office. We found actually an engagement ring. That's probably the most.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. The strangest
it got lost
thing.
and then
it got lost. They thought it was lost. They had written it off.
Oh.
And my technician, I heard about this actually just recently, and he got quite a tip for that in finding it. And it was. And I got to tell you, I was glad that he did the right thing. He was taking the vents off and looking inside and doing a pre-inspection before cleaning. And he saw it shining and he reached in, and the lady was ecstatic. I'm glad that the wife was home and got to appreciate that.
So you guys offer free estimates, right? You come
Absolutely.
out to the house?
Yep, do a free assessment, take a look at the system. And so it's funny, some systems don't need to be cleaned. I myself have been in someone's home and looked inside and showed them, took digital pictures that we'd love to have you as a customer, but you don't need us right now.
See, that's great though, that's honest. Yeah. That's the way to do it. So tell me about the upcoming industry-wide celebration happening February 7th.
Yes, we are a member of a group, it's an insurance group, I don't want to say the name, and we're very active with it. They're raising money for handicapped children, and we're also trying to raise some money for the families in Newtown as well.
Very good. Where do we find more information on that?
You can go to our
website.
Website. It's there. There's a link at our website.
All right, let's put some information up on the screen. Steamatic has 2 locations. Where are you located?
Our main location is in North Haven, and we have a smaller facility in Greenwich so we can service the whole state.
Fantastic. You can call 203-985-800 or visit steamaticct.com. Vincent, thanks so much for being here. Letting people know they might need their ducts cleaned.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. Up next, plant-based eating in a pinch. Melissa Costello shares a recipe from the Karma Chow Ultimate Cookbook. When Style returns, don't go anywhere.
Save big during Empire Today's 70% off sale. Get carpet 70% off, hardwood or laminate 70% off, ceramic 70% off. Call or go to EmpireToday.com to schedule a free in-home appointment. Empire makes it easy. You shop at home. Plus, pay no interest for 1 year. Don't miss Empire's 70% off sale. Schedule now. Go to EmpireToday.com or call
800-588-2300 Today.
Times were simpler back when. Life seemed richer. Sapphire skies, strolls along the beach, the distinctive sound of waves crashing on the shore. Times may have changed, but the joys of breathing the ocean's fresh, salty air or gazing at the sky's majestic colors at sunset are still available each and every day. Make time to get together and share life's special moments. Your memories begin at visitmyrtlebeach.com.
Kathy Rigby is Peter Pan. The Emmy Award-winning Broadway show like you've never seen it before. A must-see for the whole family. Rigby hits new heights in Peter Pan. Don't miss this high-flying magical adventure, Peter Pan, with a Tony-nominated performance of Kathy Rigby.
This way to Neverland! Don't miss Peter Pan coming to the Waterbury Palace Theater February 15th through the 17th. For tickets, go to palacetheaterct.org.
So just how good are plant-based foods for your diet? As a child, our next guest says she was always sick, but as an adult, she has been able to heal her body through plant-based eating. Melissa Costello is a culinary nutritionist and a wellness coach. She's also the author of Karma Chow Ultimate Cookbook, 125+ plant-based vegan recipes for a fit, happy, healthy you. Quite a title there, Melissa. But a lot of recipes, right?
A lot of recipes, over 125, and most of them are fairly simple to make.
Great. So what is a plant-based diet?
Plant-based diet is mostly small amounts of animal products like meats and cheeses and things like that, and more vegetables, grains, whole seeds, nuts, things like that.
All right, and in the beginning of the segment we mentioned as a child you were always sick.
Yes.
You changed your eating. Tell us what happened.
Yes. So as a child I always had strep throat, or I had allergies. I also had migraine headaches and irritable bowel syndrome. And I realized that when I started to change my diet, my body started to heal. When I cut out sugar and I cut out white flour and animal products too, even dairy, I noticed that my body just really started to heal itself.
And is it easy to eat like this?
I think it is. I've been doing it for a really long time, and you know, the reason I wrote this cookbook is so that I could really bring this out into the world so that people can see it's delicious and easy.
All right, because sometimes when people say vegetarian, vegan, they cringe a little bit.
Yes.
But there are ways to make it delicious?
Yes, well, they think steamed vegetables. Right. They don't know any different. So that's another reason why this cookbook is so great, because things are simple to make and they're really delicious. A lot of my clients say they don't even miss the meat.
Oh, that's great. Well, what are we making here today?
So we're making a chickpea tuna today, which is basically the base is chickpeas instead of tuna. Okay. So it's kind of interesting that it will taste similar to tuna. So I basically have 2 cans of chickpeas mashed up here. You can mash it with a fork or put it in a food processor.
Okay.
And then we're going to add some freshly cut dill to that.
Okay.
And I have some capers.
Melissa, would you say it's a little more expensive to eat this way?
You know, it depends. I think that when people buy more of the processed foods, the vegan processed foods, it gets more expensive. Mm-hmm. But when you're buying just produce, you can actually save money. I shop a lot at farmers markets, and produce is actually fairly inexpensive.
Great.
So we have a little bit of red onion, chopped up. And I have some vegan mayonnaise. It's called Vegenaise, and it's made without eggs. So we're going to put just about 3 tablespoons of that.
Okay.
A little bit of Dijon mustard. Whoops. Squeeze that in there. And then just a tiny bit of apple cider vinegar. This gives it a little bit of a punch.
Okay.
And then we'll stir it up, and that's basically it. It's really simple to make. This is one of my clients' favorite dishes.
Now you would serve this over a bed of lettuce in a sandwich?
Yes, you can serve it in a sandwich. I usually just do it over a bed of lettuce because it's really healthy and simple that way. It can get kind of messy if you do it in a sandwich.
Got it. Tell us about some of the other recipes we'll find in the book.
So I like to use mostly gluten-free foods. I have a great baked ziti with cashew cheese. I don't use any dairy, so I make my cheese out of cashews and nutritional yeast, so it tastes really good. I have burgers in there. I have things
but not real burgers. They're
not real burgers. They're made with beans and rice and vegetables.
Okay.
And you just grind them all up and shape them into patties, and they're really delicious. And you can eat it just like a burger with pickles and a bun and all of that.
I feel like it's come a long way. Right?
Yes, it really has, and it's becoming more mainstream now. I do live in California, so you know I'm a little bit in a bubble, and everyone eats really healthy there. But it really is becoming more. People are becoming more aware of it and wanting to eat healthier.
And the health benefits.
Yes, there's so many great health benefits to it.
Let me ask you, what would be a dessert for you, or if you were going to cheat or something?
Yeah. Well, I love chocolate, so I make raw chocolate truffles, or I also have these delicious vegan chocolate chip cookies scented with cardamom, which is an Indian spice. Those are a favorite among many of my clients.
Okay.
So yeah, I do allow myself to have those special treats.
So, Melissa, if someone was going to start a diet like this, you wouldn't do it cold turkey. It would be a gradual process you'd recommend?
I always say take baby steps. It's really important for people to educate themselves, to learn about, you know, different foods. Because what happens a lot of times when people go vegan or vegetarian, they start to eat a lot of processed foods.
Okay.
And they become very unhealthy. So they'll eat things like pizza all the time, or, you know, without the cheese. Or they'll just eat a lot of chips or things with high carbohydrates and not a lot of vegetables.
Got it.
So just starting with baby steps.
Sounds great. And we're
Yeah.
going to taste this at the end of the show. We'll have the recipe over on WTNH.com. Melissa, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, coming up next, creating balance and finding happiness. Positive living expert Diane Lang joins me after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Who's got your back 24/7? News 8. Katie opens to the biggest talk numbers in a decade.
Wow.
She shifts easily from dogged hard news interviewer to fun-loving queen.
We have a big surprise.
This show is a slam dunk.
Awesome.
Katie, weekdays at 3 on News 8.
Huh. It says here that Cheerios helps lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
That's true. But you still have to go to the gym.
This is how Mommy learned. And now, you.
Don't miss Connecticut Home Interior's Customer Loyalty Sales Event. Save 40 to 60% off everything. Plus, take an additional 6.35% off your entire purchase. It's our way of saying thank you for being a loyal customer. Connecticut Home Interior's your North Carolina connection, West Hartford and Avon.
And now, a moment with Ernie Bach Jr. and his daughter, Kelsey.
What you reading?
The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. You've got that crazy idea look.
That's the anything is possible look.
Cool, Dad.
Dream big and anything is possible.
Are you living the best life you can? What's holding you back from truly enjoying the journey? Diane Lang is a therapist and educator of positive psychology and the author of Creating Balance and Finding Happiness. She's here to the show today to show you how to turn your life around and develop and keep a positive attitude. Welcome so much to the show, Diane.
Thank you for having me.
We could do this quick in the segment.
We're going to do it, yes.
All right, you say that there are 12 steps to accomplishing your goals. First, make yourself a priority this year.
Yes, really put yourself first this year. And the best way to do that is to learn to say no. Because every time you say yes when you mean no, you cause all of these negative emotions such as stress, anger, guilt. So if you can say no and make yourself a priority, you'll feel better and you'll be there for everybody else around you.
Is that selfish, or is there a fine line between the two?
You know what? Women especially always find it selfish to take care of themselves. But think of it this way. If you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to be that good mom, that good parent, wife, sister, whatever it is that you're doing? So take care of yourself.
All right. Be grateful for what you have.
Yes, this is huge. Gratitude changes your perspective. So this way you can be happier. So if you see things in a good light and you see it in a good perspective, then you'll be happier. Is the glass half full or is the glass half empty?
Sure.
It's your perspective, your choice.
You're not talking about cars or objects. Are you talking about people in your life, maybe a job you might have?
And there's nothing wrong with wanting material things or a new car, but I really mean be grateful for what you have. And the best way to do that is to wake up in the morning and go, what am I grateful for? Start off with a gratitude check. You know, whether it is I'm grateful I'm healthy, I have a roof over my head, I have a job, whatever it is that you're grateful for, but it'll change your perspective and you'll start the day on the right foot.
That's great. And you also say pay it forward all the time.
Yes, random acts of kindness. The more you can do for others, the better off you'll feel. It's a win-win situation. If I help somebody, not only do they feel good because I've helped them, but I feel good. So it's like that win-win, and every time you do a random boost of happiness, you get that happiness.
It's true. You really do. The next one you say, take the word bored out of your vocabulary.
Yes. We should not be bored in nowadays. We have so much to do, and if you're bored, you probably have a lot of fear going on and you're afraid to move forward. So you really want to think about what's going on today that I can do that can make my life more fulfilling. Even if it's just taking a walk, calling a friend, reading a book, but do something to keep yourself really fulfilled and do things that you love. It's taking care of yourself again.
Get out of that comfort zone, maybe. Try something new.
You know what? The happiest people step outside the box, and that is the scariest thing to do. But if you take a risk, you boost your levels of happiness even more. So think about this. Every time you do a random act of kindness, step outside of your comfort zone. Do something for a stranger, someone you don't know, and you'll reap the benefits of happiness.
All right, and the next one says, be a great role model this year.
Yes. And I really was thinking about that for parents because kids are visual learners. So if you want them to act a certain way or to have certain personality traits, you need to be that role model. So if you want them to be kind, if you want them to be respectful of themselves, others, patient, whatever it is, you have to be that person. So be that role model, be that mentor, help everybody around you, and especially for your kids.
All right, become fully aware of negative thoughts.
Yes, we have that vicious tape recorder that just keeps going on and on. I'm not good enough. I'm never going to get this done. And if we keep having that tape recorder playing in our head, that's what we're going to think. So whatever you think, you end up feeling, you end up believing, that's who you are. So if you can become aware of how negative you are and change that perspective, maybe using gratitude, then you can actually start thinking more positive thoughts. So that could be a habit. So wake up, do your gratitude, and then say, wow, I feel great today. I'm healthy. Whatever it is that you feel like saying.
Sure.
But long if it's positive.
Got it. Make this year the year to action. Let's try this again. Make this the year of action plans. So people talk about doing things, go out and do them.
Right, especially with New Year's resolutions. We all set up those short-term goals, that long-term goals, but what about an action plan so you can actually know where you're going? So set those goals, write it down, but set an action plan of how am I going to get there? Because when we have an action plan, we are likely to move forward and not procrastinate.
It's always helpful to have a little roadmap, right?
It does, and it motivates you. You know, when you write a list and you see it checked off, you're like, oh, I got this done. And you get that sense of positive reinforcement that motivates you to do your next step.
Okay, now you mentioned, Diane, live in the present.
Yes, that is a big one because for most of us, we either live in the past or we're living in the future. Our past is gone. We can't do anything about it. It's a teachable, learnable moment. So I'm not saying to forget your past. Learn from it. Your future is something that we have no control over. So we spend all this time worrying, and that causes all this anxiety and fear. So let the future go. You can plan for it the way we do for, you know, you go to college to get a degree, you set up a 401 for your retirement, but let it go. Live in the moment. And we're our happiest when we do.
Spend less time trying to control others. You really can't do it, can you? So why?
You know what? We have to realize we cannot control anyone but ourselves or how we react towards others. So every time we try to control somebody, we're setting ourselves up for failure because it's an impossible task. And the same with ourselves. We always try to control everything or be perfect. And there's no such thing as perfection. So let it go. And just, you know, do what you can and the best that you can.
All right. We have about a minute left. You say it's important to say, thank you, I love you, I'm sorry.
And this goes along with gratitude. A lot of times we don't say thank you. Even the small things, you know, thank you for picking up my daughter, thank you for getting this. And just reminding people to say I love you, not because you have to, but just because you want to, because it makes the other person feel better. And that goes along with like hugs, cuddling, smiling, laughing. It produces endorphins, which is the same happy chemical you get when you work out. So the more you show your love, the more you give love, the happier you feel.
Great. And the last two you said, don't try so hard to be something you're not and let go of all expectations. Just live your life the way you should, right?
Right. Just get rid of those unrealistic expectations.
Right. Sounds great, Diane.
Do what you can.
Sounds fantastic. Thank you so much for the tips.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oh, I said random boost of...
Me? I just moved here from out of state, so it seemed like the right time.
I spent a lot of time finding the right car. Then I called Amica for the best car insurance.
Who chooses Amica for car insurance? People who call for a great price and discover an exceptional value.
So we just got married, and now we have to decide whose car insurance we're going to keep.
There's no way I'm leaving Amica.
I know.
I'm not.
She's not.
Me? I have a new house, so I saved a lot of money by getting auto and home insurance when I called Amica.
And their life insurance is really affordable, too.
Saving money is a good reason to call Amica for a free auto insurance quote.
Me? I think when you compare the coverage, the service, the price, and our financial strength, you can't make a better call.
And when you call, you always talk directly to Amica. There's nobody in the middle.
Go online or call for your free, no-obligation quote. It's fast and easy.
We're ready for your call right now.
It's new and exciting.
Recline to your perfect position with the touch of a button.
In bonded leather, only $6.99.
The matching love seat, also with easy push-button reclining, is only $6.79.
Both pieces for $13.78 is a bargain anywhere else.
But not here.
Bonded leather, sofa and love seat with 4 power recliners, only $11.99.
New year, new products, but some things never change. The quality, choice, and value at Bob's Discount Furniture.
So moms, you'll appreciate this. 2 men hooked themselves up to a machine that creates a sensation of labor. Let's see how they handled the pain of childbirth. ABC's Abby Boudreau takes a look.
It's the kind of pain that, even when it's not exactly real, makes grown men cry. Labor.
We're gonna just have to do this the all-natural way.
Up until this point, only women knew the agony of childbirth, which isn't too far off from this scene in Knocked Up. But now, these 2 Dutch TV hosts know all that screaming on the big screen isn't just an act. Giving birth really hurts. As part of a stunt, these men were hooked up to a machine with electrodes stuck to their abdomen, all to simulate labor pains. And just like the real thing, the cramping, or contractions, got stronger, longer, and closer together. They say they did it so they could better empathize with women, but not so fast.
You can think of it like a very strong Charlie horse, but is it as painful as labor? My opinion would be it isn't.
We need to get one of these for you.
No.
Yeah. We showed the video to Marnette Verzino, who's 5 months pregnant, and her husband, James.
And there's no way for men to know unless they go through it themselves.
Do you think it's important to feel what your wife is going through?
No.
You're in trouble, buddy. You're in trouble.
So just how long could these 2 take the pain? The average labor lasts between 12 and 14 hours. But these guys, well, they only lasted 2.
How long?
They lasted 2 hours.
2 hours?
That's it?
That's it, right?
That was probably the beginning of labor. Once the pain started hitting, they were out the door.
That's probably what happened. All right, so we are back here in the kitchen with everybody. Melissa, how'd you finish off the vegan chickpea tuna?
So basically, I just mixed it all up, and then I'm serving it on a bed of lettuce, which keeps it really healthy.
All right. Vincent, tell us one more time the website for Steamatic.
Website's www.steamatic.com.
All right, and we'll find all the information about ducks there.
Yes, you will.
All right, and Diane Lang, who do you have with you today?
I have my friend and my daughter here.
Very nice. And where can we find more information about you and your book?
dlcounseling.com.
Pretty easy.
Yes.
All right, so I have to try the vegan chickpea tuna.
Yes.
This looks fantastic.
Dig in.
Looks good.
All right. How does that taste like tuna? But it does.
It's magic.
It's incredible. All right, we're just about out of time, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Give a good wave, everyone. Bye-bye.